Wanted to welcome you to the Transmitter Solutions webinar, the first one of 2021, which is cool. That kind of rhymed too a little bit, I think, so I'm starting off the year at a really good pace. 2020. It's 2020 though. Thank you, Alex. It's 2020. We have not done a webinar for 2021. We've done a webinar for 2020. Holy cow. Okay, I'm fine. I'm doing good. This webinar is going to be really good, even though I have no idea what year it is. So, we're excited for this year. We have a lot of really cool products coming out. Next month's webinar is going to be on a new product release. So keep your eyes peeled for the month that comes after January 2020, which would be February 2020. New product release we're really excited about, and that falls into this as well. This is not a brand new line to our product offering, but it is V2, version 2, upgraded, more reliable, and better. That's why we wanted to do a webinar on it. This will probably be the shortest webinar we've ever done. I'd estimate probably 10 minutes max. But we wanted to introduce it to you to show you some of the features that we've added to make this product better for you, easier for you, and more reliable for you as the installer. We have sold and been selling for many years, probably 6 or 7 years, our Dolphin UHF reader, the one that has 2 lights on the side. I'll show it to you here in just a minute. And it was a really, really good product. But as time has progressed, we wanted to release something that was a little bit sleeker looking, a little bit easier to wire up and to use, and that also offered a secondary reader, which I'll explain here in just a minute, for a fraction of the cost. So you didn't have to buy 2 full UHF readers in order to get for sites that need dual height or an entry and an exit. So that's what we're showing you today. So this is the Dolphin UHF-R1 is the part number. Just for all of you dealers who know the price already, the price is staying the same on the main reader, which is really nice. You're getting a better reader for the same price. And then the secondary reader is extremely inexpensive. So let's dive in very quickly. I'll explain to you how this works. Just so you guys have know, we've seen a big increase in the amount of UHF readers that are being installed throughout the country. There are some states that really, really like them, and some states that don't. It just kind of depends on what people want. A couple benefits of the UHF reader in general are, not just ours, but the UHF technology in general. And I'm a little sick, so I'm sorry about that. Is you have the ease of use, meaning the tenant or the resident, the business owner, whatever it may be, they can approach the gate, and when they get within range of that UHF signal, which is usually 900 megahertz and is going to be anywhere from 5 feet to 30 feet, it's going to automatically trigger the Wiegand access control system to say go, no go, and open the gate. So it's extremely easy to use. It's pretty cost effective, and the credentials, the reader itself is going to be more expensive than like a receiver, but the credentials are less expensive, so it pretty much balances out over time. Some of the downfalls of UHF, and I think this is important to know because we get a lot of calls on this, not just from our UHF reader, but industry-wide UHF readers. If you go to certain manufacturers' websites, there are lists of cars that produce more interference, whether it's the metal in their windshield, the technology under the hood or in the headlights. There are certain cars, usually higher end cars, that do not jive well with certain tags for readers. So you may have a UHF reader installed on a job, and 99.9% of the cars work great. They get the 30 feet range, works every single time, and then you have a BMW or a Mercedes or whatever the car is that's on that list, where it might pick up 1 out of every 10 times. They have to get really, really close. Sometimes it won't read at all. That is one of the downsides of UHF readers, is there are some cars that it just does not like. So keep that in mind. Now, with that being said, it's a pretty rare issue, but it is out there, so something to keep in mind. So one of the cool things about the Dolphin V2-R1 reader that we've released, this is the reader. So we have decreased the actual size of the footprint of the actual reader, which is nice. It's a lot more sleek, nice looking. It's just easier on the eyes for installs. What we've done to the back is we've put a extremely completely waterproof this is aluminum housing that holds all of the electronics, and then we've put extremely robust connectors on the bottom here. You can see as I'm unscrewing this. These connectors are the real deal, and I'll show it to you here in just a minute once I unscrew it all the way. We wanted to make it so it's super sturdy, okay? So you have 3 of these connectors, but these are extremely, extremely durable connectors that are going to make it super easy. So you can see I can just get those on and off in no time, and they're completely watertight. I have 2 of those for my our new wire whip, what we'll call it, offers you power, your Wiegand connections, and these you won't ever use. They're for programming. And then you also have an input for a secondary reader, which I'll show you here in just a minute. And it comes with all of the mounting hardware. This is not the full mounting bracket. This is part of it, but it comes with all of the mounting hardware. So it comes with the power supply, the wire, and the actual reader. And then you do have indicators on the side, power antenna 1 and antenna 2, that will tell you what's going on with the reader. And it does make a beep when it reads. Now, a couple of the cool things that we can do with this that the Generation 1 UHF reader couldn't do is we have the ability, and we'll have an order sheet for you when you place your order, that you can actually customize the features that you want, meaning we can turn up or down the range through a software program that we can set here before it leaves our factory. So if you have a job that's very, 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 very specific on the range they need, let's say they only want 3 feet, we can actually dial it down. The maximum range is going to be 30 feet, and we can adjust anywhere in there. My advice to you as the installer, unless you have a job that is strictly specified, you only want 3 feet or 2 feet, something very narrow scope, buy it at the default range, which is the max, 30 feet, and then adjust the angle of the antenna up or down. So the farther you point it down, the closer the guards are going to have to get. The more you point it up, the farther away it's going to read. I would just do that. My advice is most jobs want maximum distance. Most jobs have interference you can't see, so you can't really account for. So just buy it default at the 30 feet and then just adjust the angle of it. Also, we can turn off the beep. We have had some customers in the past who say, my customer doesn't like the beeping noise every time it reads the tag. We can turn that off, and we can print your logo right on the front of this reader. So we have a lot of customization. This reader works with all of our Dolphin tags. So if you have jobs with our old V1 reader that have all of our tags, you can use this and not have to swap any of the tags. So this will read the tags, and the tags that we send are still staying the same. We're still going to offer the sticker tag, the ISO card, the license plate tag, and the hang tag, which I'll show you here in just a minute. So all that stays the same. You can just get a nicer, more industrial, better looking reader for the same price. Now, one of the other really cool features that I like and I'm excited about, and again, we got a lot of people asking about it, is if they had a read in, read out, or if they had one they wanted to put really high and one they wanted to put low. In the past with our V1 reader, you had to buy 2 readers for the same job, okay? This is built to accept a secondary reader through the input right here, okay, the connector right here. Zoom in a little bit, and you can see it's actually labeled antenna 1 and antenna 2. So that reader is the secondary reader, which is right here. It looks identical. It has an input here for the cable. This comes in 35 feet. You'll see that in our price book. So this is 35 feet from here to there. It's going to simply screw into the back here, screw into the front here, and now it's all pushing through the same Wiegand output wiring that you have, but this is a fraction of the cost of the main reader because it wires right into it, and it's just used as a secondary antenna. So both antennas look identical. This one doesn't have the big metal box on the back of it. As you can see, it's just got the connector. This comes with all the mounting hardware you need, wires right into this first one, and then you're good to go. And now you've got a kit for read in, read out, high, low, whatever it may be, for a fraction of the cost rather than buying 2 full-priced readers. Okay? So again, a really, really nice, robust reader, and it's going to be extremely reliable. It is top of the line, new technology, just a great reader overall. Okay, so now I want to go to the computer, just give you a quick look at some of the connections, and you can just see how simple this is. Like I said, what makes it really nice is that the connectors we have on the back, they screw in, they're watertight, they're super nice, and then you just have to wire up your Wiegand wires and your power wire. So I'm going to go to our products, scroll down to UHF. You can see we still have all three options. We're not emptying out our inventory of the V1s. We're still going to have them for job sites that need them. Let's say they've got existing V1 readers on them, we're still going to have them. But for all orders moving forward, we're going to recommend the V2 reader. You can see I can go here, 1 to 30 foot range, 26-bit Wiegand output. The temperature rating is -9 to 165, so it's a broader temperature rating than the V1 reader had, which is nice. Operating voltage is between, it says 10 to 28, we're going to say 12 to 24, just to make it easy, DC, okay? And you need 3 amps, 3 amps power at 12 volt DC. If we go to downloads, we have the new manual here updated, should pull up. It's taking a minute to load. It's going really slow. We've tried to make the manual as easy as possible to look at. Wow, this is going slow. It's loading. Let me try again. Our Wi-Fi is going slow, I guess. We're almost there. Okay, so what we've done with the manuals, we've tried to make it as simple as possible. Again, really what you need to know is it comes with the mounting hardware. You need Wiegand wiring and the power. And a cool thing to know, for anyone who's installed our V1 readers, there was kind of a, weird's probably not the right word, but I'll use it. There was a more complex grounding procedure that you had to go through in order to get the Wiegand information to pass through. This does not have that, okay? There is a Wiegand ground, but it's one Wiegand ground. You don't have to loop it back like the other one, okay? Again, custom logo and printing available. You can put your logo right on that. We know a lot of guys really like that. And I'm just going to scroll down. I'm going to scroll down past all the fluff here. Give you all the dimensions, the connectors, and you can see we've got, it comes stock. This is interesting. This is interesting to know. It comes stock with a power cord that you can just plug in. Most jobs are going to need more room than that, so you can cut it, and then they use the power wires underneath. The stock power comes 24 volts, but you don't necessarily need that, and I'll show you where it says that here in just a minute. You've got your user manual here where 1 and 2 are Wiegand 0 and Wiegand 1, data 0 and data 1, and then you've got your data ground at number 14, which you can see there, or 11 and 12. Got all your indicators. Power supply, let me see where it says the power for you. Okay, here's your Wiegand information. 10 or 11 can be used as the ground. They are gray or black wires. And 1 and 2 are your blue and gray and white, which are Wiegand 1, data 1 and data 0. And your power information is coming up. Oh well, anyway, it's 12 through 24 volts DC, 3 amps. Sorry, I should have been able to find it for you. I don't know where. Probably up at the top, and I just totally scrolled past it. But overall, it is a easier reader to install, more user-friendly, more robust. It's just a nicer reader in general. Again, the price has not changed on the main reader, and the price for the secondary reader is extremely inexpensive, so it's going to be more cost-effective for you as the installer. That's it. That is our reader. It is really, really nice to look at, good range, and reliable. That's the main thing. We try to get you products where you aren't having to go back for tech support. We know that's what kills you if you have to go back to the job, and so we try to release products that are going to make so you don't have to, and this is a good one. So please let us know if you have any questions. We'll stick around here for the next few minutes, and we really appreciate you taking time out of your Friday in the year 2021. Just kidding. But I probably confused a lot of you when you first started. I was confused. January 2020 again next month. February is going to be a new product, so get ready for that. Thank you very much, guys, and we'll stick around for questions.